And this is beautiful because this defeats the narrative that we all want to be rappers and baby daddies and thugs and idiots and that we twerking all day, all this other stuff. That's the media's depiction of us, but many of us are openly rejecting that depiction, and I just love it. I'm here for all of it. Like, I love seeing us stand up for us and stand up for our image and saying, stop desecrating our image, stop desecrating the image of the black woman, stop acting like the black man wants to go to prison and wants to do stupid things. That y'all did this because you wanted us to fill up your private prison. So you got our little boys thinking that it's good to be a drug addict and a criminal and to go to prison and have somebody bending you over, in the shower every day, right? So that's not what we want. That's not what we want for our kids. So I think that you should continue to reject that because that's actually working and it's great. But on top of that, you're just seeing this sort of ambition, this aspiration, this resilience. And this to me is what we gained from our ancestors after slavery. Like, if you go back and you study things like Simmons College of Kentucky, you'll find that there were former slaves that literally were building a whole university after college, right? Like, they literally, I mean, sorry, after slavery, they literally built an entire university, and they were educating our people at the highest levels, and they didn't wait for affirmative action. They weren't waiting for DEI, none of that, because there wasn't no affirmative action, there wasn't no DEI, and they were super proud, and they were getting it done, and they were getting it done at a high level, because there's something special that happens when you kind of know that ain't nobody gonna save you, right? There's something that happens when you don't get deceived into somebody else pulling you into their welfare state, putting you at the little kids table, putting you in the handicap category, and just sort of sitting back waiting for somebody to give you a meal. A lot of us ain't waiting for nobody, and I think that that's awesome. Like, I encourage that. Like, I think that needs to be a fundamental part of Black culture. I think rugged independence has to be something that we embrace, because that's what works. Like, the people that I know that are Black, that are doing well, that have good families, a good life, good health, good wealth, doing good. A lot of those people are the types who just ain't really worried about what somebody else is doing. They're not waiting on nobody. They're not getting all caught up in what white folks think about them. They're not getting all riled up because somebody called them the N-word. They're just building, right? And that's an old picture of Simmons College. I mean, look at those. Those people are proud. Look at, you got the administrators in the front. I think this was their women's college or something, because these are all women in the picture, but they have men. So we're advanced in that area too, right? Like, there's all these false depictions of Black men being sexist and hating our women and oppressing women and all that. No, I think we've always elevated our women. I think we've always loved our women. I think that's what real men do. And that's why I would encourage any man who gets caught up in the manosphere where you start speaking to anti-woman and you're talking about Black women, just be real clear about who you're talking about. I think it's okay to say, I don't like all the twerking, I don't like all the nonsense, but it's not okay to use all Black women in a conversation where you're really talking about a specific subset of misguided individuals. Like, you're not talking about, everybody. You're talking about the ones that maybe need a little talking to. And I think that that's okay, because I think that's what men are supposed to do. I really believe that. And women as well. I think all of us do that. I think Felicia Rashad, if you remember Felicia Rashad, I know I'm getting off the topic just a little bit, but I hope that that's okay, because we are talking about investing. I'm talking about investing in your community. I'm talking about investing in your image. I'm talking about investing in your families. And the biggest, most important investments you ever make are going to be the investments that have nothing to do with money. So I just want to encourage you, like, keep making those investments, keep on going. And I got another image of Simmons College, because I'm super proud of what they're doing. Dr. Kevin Cosby is the pastor of St. Stephen's Church in Louisville, Kentucky. And they literally, as a church, went out and bought a whole damn university and, like, are educating our kids. And they created this amazing HBCU. And it's one of these things where even in their own city, they have trouble getting the support from the Black community, because there's so many Black people who caught up in the University of Louisville. And the University of Louisville, unfortunately, is not so much an ally to this institution. They're really an adversary, because they're part of the reason that the institution died in the first place. And they went back and resurrected it. And I can tell you, Black excellence and Black pride defeats racism any day of the week. Being great at what you do will help you overcome any and every obstacle that's put in front of you.